Golfunity, the most popular golf infotainment podcast in town. The big headline, obviously, from the DP World Tour was the KLM Open finishing up on Sunday.
At the International in Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah.
And what a week it was. The weather was a huge, huge factor.
Oh, absolutely. But, someone still had to come out on top.
And that someone was Connor Syme. Finally got his first DP World Tour title.
A maiden win. That's fantastic for him. He's, 29?
Yeah.
Scott?
29. And get this, it was his 182nd start on the tour.
Wow, 182. That's persistence right there. Tells you a lot.
It really does. A long time coming. He ended up winning by 2 shots in the end.
Over Joachim Lagergren, who was playing with him, right?
Exactly. His playing partner. And Syme's reaction, reading it here, just sums it up. He called it unbelievable.
Like that.
Said he felt really ready, but, actually doing it is something else. So happy, he said. You can almost hear the relief.
Yeah, you really can. And that final round, it sounded like a real nail-biter between those two.
Oh, definitely. Even though it was a free ball with Francesco Laporta, it apparently felt like match play between Syme and Lagergren.
Because they were so far ahead of the rest.
Pretty much, yeah. Syme started with a 2-shot lead, and he stretched it early, birdied the second hole, hit a great approach to about 4 feet.
Nice. Solid start. The Lagergren didn't just roll over.
Not at all. He hit back with a birdie on 7, drained like a 15-footer.
Okay, game on.
But then a bit of a swing on the 9th. Lagergren found a bunker, dropped a shot. Syme gets that shot back.
Right, so the lead's back to where it started, more or less.
Kind of juggling back and forth. Then they both birdied the 13th, a par 3. Syme made his from 15 feet again, clutch putting.
He sounds like he was dialed in.
He really was. But then, a little drama. Hole 14, Syme makes his first bogey in 33 holes.
No way. After 33 holes.
Yeah. Suddenly the lead's cut to 2, and you're thinking, okay, here we go, pressure time.
Is this where it unravels, or where Lagergren pounces?
Exactly. But then the 15th, a par 5, became crucial. Lagergren missed the green, hit this amazing chip, honestly, nearly holed it for par, but it just missed. Bogey.
Tough break after a great recovery shot.
Brutal. Syme missed his birdie putt on the same hole, but just like that, the lead's back to 3.
Okay, breathing room again with only 3 to play?
Yeah.
That must have felt huge.
Massive swing. And Syme showed his nerve on 16, made a really superb up and down from off the green to save par, matched Lagergren.
Clutch.
Okay.
Keeping that cushion.
Then on 17, Lagergren makes another bogey, and suddenly Syme's got a 4-shot lead walking to the 18th tee.
All right. Pretty much sewn up then. 4 shots on the last hole.
You'd think so, but Lagergren didn't quit. He apparently hit this Hail Mary fairway wood onto the 18th green.
Seriously. From way back.
Yeah, and then he made the eagle putt. Incredible finish. Put him at 9 under.
Wow. Talk about going down swinging. Didn't change the result, though.
Didn't change the result. Siri, with that cushion, just played it safe. Fairway, short of the green, chip up, 2 putts from about 70 feet. Tapped in for the win at 11 under.
Smart play. Professional finish gets the job done.
Exactly. Sealed that first victory.
And, winning the KLM Open, he joined some pretty good Scottish company. Monty won it, Gordon Brand Jr., Ken Brown too.
Yeah, that's a nice bit of history for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good names to be alongside for your first title.
Definitely. But, okay, we have to talk about the weather. The sources make it sound like it was just a battle out there.
Oh, it absolutely dictated things. Delays on Thursday for lightning.
Right.
Then Friday was just chaos with the wind.
How bad was it?
Well, the tournament director, Miguel Dior, is quoted saying balls were basically moving on the greens. Not just shaking, like actually moving.
Whoa. In gusts over 35 mil a run.
Yeah. They said hole 5 was particularly exposed. They had to call it unplayable. Limited green speeds couldn't even cope.
So play suspended.
Yep, for over 2 hours on Friday. Then Saturday, different problem. Waterlogged course.
Ugh, rain delays. How long was that one?
4 hours just to start round 3. 4 hours.
It's brutal for the players, the rhythm.
Totally. And even Sunday, they knew strong winds were coming, over 30 mile per hour expected. So they switched to 3 balls, 2 tee start, just trying to beat the worst of it.
So all week, just fighting the elements.
Pretty much. Scoring was tough because of it. Winning at 11 under tells you a lot. Only, 25 guys finished par or better all week?
It really shows you, doesn't it? Top-level golf isn't just fairways and greens. It's adapting, grinding it out.
It's mental toughness, managing the bad breaks the weather throws at you. Syme clearly handled it best.
And speaking of winners, Syme being the 12th first-time winner this season on the DP World Tour. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, 12. That's a significant number. Shows the depth. Maybe guys coming up from the Challenge Tour, like Sime himself mentioned.
He said something about knowing he can win, but actually doing it on that stage.
Right. Against a tough field, in those conditions, it validates everything. It's a different feeling.
Definitely speaks to the health of the tour. Like you said, lots of talent breaking through.
For sure. And looking down the leaderboard, some other solid finishes despite the conditions. Jaden Shaper, third place at 4 under.
South African, yeah.
Then a bunch tied for 4th at 3 under. Fellows Scots Ewan Ferguson and Richie Ramsey, Jack Sr. from England.
Good week for the Scots overall.
It was. And then T7 at 2 under had Laporta, Von Dellingshausen, Campillo, Elvira, Andy Sullivan, Dan Bradbury. Decent names in there.
And the top Dutch player.
Dan Huizing finished T25 at even par. Respectable showing on home soil in those conditions.
And it sounds like the celebration for Sime was pretty special. Reading about Ewan Ferguson giving him the champagne shower.
Yeah, and his wife, Alana, surprising him there. Ruud Gullit, the football legend, congratulating him.
That's cool.
And having his mates there, like Calum Hill and Richard Mansell, sticking around to watch him lift the trophy. That personal side is always great to see.
Absolutely. Those are the moments they remember. And speaking of moments, the sources highlighted some unbelievable shots during the week, too.
Oh yeah, definitely some highlight reel stuff despite the weather. Sime himself apparently made a monster eagle putt on Saturday.
Nice. And what was this about Pierre Pinot?
A crazy par.
Sounded wild. Nearly in the water off the tee on the 4th Saturday, then nearly holed his second shot from way out.
Get out. That's some serious scrambling.
Incredible. Richie Ramsey had a cool moment too, fans chanting, "We love you, Richie, we do,"
Yeah.
after a good shot on Saturday.
Ha! Love that. That's a bit of fun.
Definitely. And Friday had some gems too. Will Bessling, bunker birdie chip on 7 in front of home fans. Wenny Ding, great chip from a steep bank. I like the Richard Mansell one too, the slow putt that finally dropped in this huge celebration. You feel that relief and joy.
Totally captures the grind. But Friday was just statistically nuts.
Why? What happened?
We had a hole-in-one and an albatross on the same day.
You're kidding in those conditions. Huh?
I know. Jason Scrivener aced the 11th, short par 3, 110 yards. Boom, in the hole.
Amazing. And the albatross.
Nicholas Lemke, par 5, third hole. He holed his second shot from 183 yards with an 8-iron from the rough.
An 8-iron from 183 out of the rough for an albatross. That's insane.
Completely insane. The sources say it's only the 4th albatross in the KLM Open since '99. And here's the kicker. It was Lemke's 4th career albatross.
His 4th. Okay, that guy needs to buy a lottery ticket. Or maybe just aim for the hole from the fairway more often.
Right. Just ridiculous. Both he and Scrivener got some sponsor tickets for their efforts, which is a nice little perk.
Fair enough. What a week for shots. Oh, and one last funny bit from Friday. Pablo Larrazabal tweeting, "Play was suspended."
Yeah, he tweeted it was off shortly after 4 p.m., which it was. But he maybe implied a longer wait. Play actually restarted just over 2 hours later.
Huh. Gotta wait for the official word, I guess. Even the pros jump the gun sometimes.
Happens to the best of us. Okay, so that was the KLM Open wrap. Let's shift gears now, look ahead. There's some big news about an event coming up that your sources flagged.
Yeah, this is really exciting stuff. The Genesis Scottish Open, July 10th to 13th, the Renaissance Club.
Right, and the headline news is the world number 1 is playing.
Scottie Scheffler. He's confirmed he's returning.
Which is huge in itself. But looking at the rest of the field mentioned here, wow, it's absolutely stacked.
Stacked doesn't even cover it. The articles say 7 of the world's top 10 are already in. 7.
Let's see. Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele, Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, Ludwig Omberg, Sepp Straka.
That's basically a major championship field right there in Scotland.
Yeah.
The week before the Open.
Exactly. It's a Rolex Series event, co-sanctioned DP World Tour and PGA Tour. Big points for Race to Dubai, FedEx Cup. It draws the best.
Perfect tune-up for the Open. And you've got the defending champ, Bob McIntyre, playing. Past winners like Rory and Xander are back too.
Plus, other big names confirmed. Justin Rose, Matt Fitzpatrick, major winners, Max Homa, Byung Hanan. The quality runs deep.
And Scheffler himself, I mean, his form is just ridiculous right now.
Isn't it just... The sources mentioned he just defended at the Memorial. Only Tiger had done that before him there.
His 3rd win this season already, including the PGA Championship, his 3rd major.
Yeah, the guy is just on another level, world number 1 and winning constantly.
So why add Scotland to the schedule when he's playing so much already?
Well, he's quoted here saying he really enjoys links golf, only gets to play it a couple of times a year.
Makes sense.
And he loves the Scottish fans, the atmosphere, the strong field. It says a lot about the event's prestige that he's prioritizing it.
It really does. Shows how big the Scottish Open has become globally.
Yeah.
They also mentioned some off-course stuff. KT Tunstall playing.
Yeah, headlining the Fringe by the T stage on Saturday. Nice little extra for the fans.
Cool. And a note on tickets. Seems like people should get moving if they want to go.
Definitely. Says you can save money buying early, but some options are already limited or sold out. Grandstand's gone, Friday Green on 18 gone, Saturday ticket plus limited.
So, yeah, plan ahead if you want to see that incredible field.
Good advice based on this.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've seen Connor Syme finally break through at a really tough, weather-beaten KLM Open. Great story.
Absolutely. Filled with drama, amazing shots like that albatross, real human moments too.
And then we look ahead to this potentially epic Genesis Scottish Open, with Scheffler leading just an unbelievable field.
It really highlights why digging into these sources is worth it, right? You get beyond the simple results. You get the context, the feel of the final round, the impact of the win.
Totally. Details that make it interesting.
Like those incredible shots, the ace, the albatross, gives you a much better picture of the week.
Definitely. And, thinking about how much the weather played a part in Amsterdam, and then Scheffler talking about liking the challenge of links golf for the Scottish Open.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much does that ability to adapt to different courses, different weather, links versus parkland, how much does that really separate the truly elite players from everyone else on these global tours?
That's a great question, that adaptability factor. How crucial is it? Something for everyone listening to mull over, maybe.
Yeah, food for thought.
Huh.
Anyway, thanks again for bringing these sources to us for the deep dives.
Always good to unpack it all. Hope this gave you all some useful insights from the world of golf.
We'll be back soon for another deep dive, analyzing whatever you send our way next. Until then, head over to our social media.
Yeah?
Tell us what you think.
Let's hear it.
And give us your predictions for the future of golf.
Until next time.
Keep it in the fairway.
And hit 'em straight.